role do you see AI playing in creativity?
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge question.
That's going to be, like how do we make sure that, is AI, using AI in your creativity, is that a blurry line? Like, well, how do we go about that?
I think it's an exciting time. I think the worst thing we could do is ignore it or not embrace it. People ask, is AI going to be a threat? Only if we let it. I think if we find ways to integrate it and to let it be an enhancer for creativity and a tool that serves us rather than the other way around.
Message.
Then the sky's the limit. I mean, there's the efficiency and productivity, which frees us up to hopefully do more creative, strategic thinking. But also, how can we make sure that we are utilizing it in a way that supercharges our creativity? And, it's interesting to see that in the work this year. Obviously, a lot of the questions that came from the jury were, was AI used in this piece of work?
Right. Yep.
And we asked every entrant to signpost to tell us how it was used, if it was used, and why and how it was used. And I think at the moment, what that told us was there was a lot of AI being used for the sake of it, because it's a new shiny tool. But it really comes down to the application. So the jurors observed that, sometimes it was used for the sake of it. Sometimes you could really see how the idea just would not exist without the presence of AI. And I think that's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah, because see, I was thinking about that, because I was just saying, like, maybe you could just put in provisions, like a little bit of provisions, right? And say, listen, you could use AI, but AI can only be used in this type of a capacity, right? That way, again, it's not saying like you just chat GPT or, created something just by talking to it and the AI did all the work, right? You technically didn't do anything. You inputted a command and a prompt and the computer did all the work. So I think it's a very, again, because it's exploding, it's a new forefront that nobody kind of understands how to navigate. I think it's very interesting to see how we're going to navigate and integrate this thing and grow it without, like you said, it taking over the actual space of people creating and using it as a tool, just relying on it, right? As like you said, the new shiny toy.
That's a dope category. Best use of AI.
I think or create another category for it, right? Like, let's see if you want to run it. Then here, let's create another category and let's just go crazy with it. You know what I mean? Like, let's see what you do with it. Like, you know what I mean? If a guy walks in with the Terminator, you know what I'm saying? Okay, we know how it works. Just forget it. If you created it, like, we're done. Like,
I think you hit the nail on the head, Jared, by saying, best use of AI.
Best use,
It's being applied across so many things at the moment. A lot of mediocrity. So, how do you harness it to achieve cut through, to do something that we wouldn't be able to do in the traditional sense? It's got to be about the two things working together for a better outcome.
Absolutely.
How are you using it?
So we use it for everything. We use it for descriptions, keyword research. I have to do this podcast if I could.
You know what we mainly use it for, Simon? We use it to get that hour and a half of your walking time back. That's what we use it for.